Hi, and welcome to this brief introductory video on cloud resource management. The objective of your cloud resource management strategy is to provide all stakeholders with relevant, timely, actionable, insightful information. In this short video, we will examine how the resource management strategy comes together. So let's start by examining what cloud resources are and how we go about classifying, assigning, measuring, and reporting on these resources. The basic ontological elements of your cloud resource umbrella are concerned with the reliability or resilience of your cloud infrastructure, the accessibility of your information as it relates to system performance, the security of the environment, and of course cost, and its allocations to stakeholders and lines of business, etc. Now, there are typically subsets of all these elements, which include human resources, compute and storage, network, applications, APIs, services, etc. All this stuff can become siloized, fragmented, and difficult to manage in an IT enterprise. Teams are typically siloed right along with the IT resources, and centralized accountability is potentially non-existent. As you move to and expand in the cloud, opportunities to create more granularity in your classification and reporting on resources will present themselves. The goal is to develop documented executable processes to help you better evaluate and integrate your cloud resources in terms of costs, budgets, asset classification and tagging, security, system event logs, revenue, etc. In other words, proper asset and resource management will enable a level of integration between the financial, operational, engineering, and other lines of business that was previously unachievable. Good utilization management practices and infrastructure will be much easier to implement if this early stage asset and resource classification process is well planned and executed with appropriate stakeholder participation. But how does this governance come together structurally? Well, the key word here is structure. At least three key organizational perspectives should be addressed. Centralized control and visibility into all cloud subscriptions, services, users, and resources. In other words, anything and everything that impacts your cloud spend. This is the precursor to enterprise-wide utilization management. That is, managing, correlating, and reconciling cloud infrastructure usage with corresponding cost centers, overall spend, and corporate objectives. First, you'll need to make sure the right stakeholders have centralized visibility into every user and service. In order for these goals to be achieved, you will have to have resource classification and cloud subscription and account management policies in place. Teams will need to be formed with clearly defined roles and responsibilities. Next, you will need to ensure that proper FinOps and other stakeholders have comprehensive, authoritative access and appropriate control over cloud utilization and spend at an enterprise level. This will require policies and guardrails at departmental, account, user, and service levels. Make sure that these guardrails are monitored and enforced. Ask yourself, are actual spend and resource costs analyzed under the lens of current budget, cost optimization, and resource forecasting? Implement scheduled, automated audit and reconciliation procedures as code to manage resources and spend. And finally, resource forecasting and planning metrics need to be distilled from the cloud enterprise. Utilization management, resource allocation, audit, cost optimization, and reporting will be essential to an ongoing cloud strategy. And as always, business agility and measurable business outcomes are the objective. Thank you for watching this brief introductory video on cloud resource management.